In your face, Donald Trump. Well, not directly, okay? Carly Fiorina's super PAC actually took on the Democrats, but using an insult from the GOP frontrunner to prove, I think, an even more important point. Take a listen.
Ladies, note to Democrat Party. We are not a special interest group. We are the majority of the nation. This is the face of a 61-year-old woman. I am proud of every year and every wrinkle.
Of course, we know the ad was in response to Donald Trump's infamous statement about look at her face, would anybody vote for that? But it was aimed at the Democrats, and I think it was very effective. It was moving back with me, Eric Erickson, Sherry Jacobus, and Jessica Tarloff. Jessica, she took the Trump comments in that Rolling Stone piece, but she aimed it at the Democrats, and I think the timing is perfect considering how women are fleeing Hillary Clinton in droves.
Yeah, I mean, it was a smart ad, and I would say she said Democrats, but everyone did also know this is right back at you, Donald Trump, but I'm too much of a lady in the best possible way to say that directly. Hillary, yes, she's having big problems with women, but I think it reflects actually it's just a national problem with voters more generally. I mean, they are leaving kind of in the same amount as the general populace or the general Democrat voting base. I mean, that. It's not just women leaving Hillary Clinton. Everyone's making a big deal out of this because she's our female candidate. But the truth is she's losing support across the board.
Yeah, but the women were going to take her over the finish line, Sherry.
Yeah, and that's always been the plan. Remember in 2008, on that debate stage, she was behind in the polls, and Barack Obama, without even being addressed, when something came up about Hillary's likability, he said, "That's okay, Hillary, you're likable enough." And all of a sudden, every middle-aged woman who'd ever been spoken to like that by the boss, the coworker, the husband, the boyfriend, the father, rose up and defended her because everybody knows, every woman knows what that feels like. And so this ad, I think, really hits to the core.
I don't understand. I mean, why would a comment about her specifically as a person have to represent all women?
Well, because it was condescending, and everybody knew.
Again, no, but it was about her. Why would you be offended because he was condescending to her?
This was the Hillary supporters.
Right. Why would anyone be?
And they all went back to her, and Bill Clinton played it to the Hill. I think this is a similar.
But she's lost that, though, right?
She has lost that.
Not completely.
She has lost that. Well, and the thing is, with Carly Fiorina, she has now tapped into something in a very positive way without being whiny. She's showing the strength of women and the strength of women voters.
But her policies are the worst policies for women on the planet.
Well, we're not talking policies as much right now as polling, right?
She's showing that she can go up against Hillary.
Here's the thing, Eric, though, the notion that Donald Trump was not mentioned at all in this ad goes back to what a lot of people believe is going to be the most exciting part about the debate. Will anyone directly challenge Donald Trump, or is the fear of reprisals so great that they will be humbled in his presence?
Well, I remember the South Carolina debate in 2012, the Newt Gingrich story had come out from his ex-wife, and John King, who was the debate moderator at CNN that night, had to ask the question. I think Jake Tapper at the debate tomorrow has to ask Donald Trump the question about what did he mean by look at Carly Fiorina's face. She's going to be on stage for the first time at the big debate. They're going to be there together. The media wants to pit these candidates against each other. It's the perfect opportunity. It's a question that has to be asked, and see how Carly Fiorina as well responds to it.
All right, and on the Democratic side, right, we are talking Hillary Clinton. She's losing a tremendous amount of support with women. In fact, according to the new Washington Post ABC poll, only 42% of Democratic women now say they expect to vote for Hillary. I mean, that number was 71 only back in July. And the age of independent women, it takes more, it seems, than being just a woman to get their votes. So, again, I'll ask you, Eric, what I asked here in studio. Is it too late for Hillary to turn that around? Because that was the one voting bloc that was supposed to get her into the White House.
Oh, I think it is very difficult for Hillary Clinton. You live by identity politics, you're going to die by identity politics. Women are fleeing Hillary Clinton. They're moving towards Republicans, or at least going to be open-minded to consider other candidates. She built her base on sand, essentially, and the lack of trust is what's driving people away.
Can I just add quickly, in defense of Hillary, and say I'm not going to
dispute. Is that the name of your next book?
Yes, absolutely. It's actually all the T-shirts I wear when I'm not here. They say "In defense of Hillary." She's still, yes, she's losing support amongst women. She's losing support across the board. Joe Biden is picking up most of her female vote, by the way, and not Bernie Sanders, which I think is interesting. But I want to add that she still has a 71% approval rating with Democratic voters. 65% still think she'll be the nominee. And amongst those that are enthusiastic about voting, 43% enthusiastic about Clinton, 28% for Biden, and only 15% for
See, I
Sanders.
think what you just laid out to me is why these establishment people are losing, Sherry, because someone's always telling them the numbers. Don't worry. You've got this
It's
number,
not
that
don't
number,
worry,
this
but they're
number, that number.
relevant. You
And I hear
can't-
people say that on the GOP side as well.
Thank you, Sherry.
In defense of Jessica, you know, these numbers, they're a snapshot in time, and they change, but they do.
Of what you guys do, right? I mean, you guys are kind of talking your own book.
Well, but if you want to go back to, I want to look at talk a little bit about the Fiorina ad again, because I think this is important. Why she did not address Donald Trump in that, why she addressed Democrats. What she is showing Republican voters is that she is a very good candidate who can go up against Hillary Clinton and speak to women so that she can take those women voters from Hillary that are already fleeing her or soft. They don't have to go to Joe Biden.
Hillary voter is a Fiorina voter.
She can cut into those numbers. She is showing Republican voters what she can do that Donald Trump can't.
You have been under a lot of heat by people who are ardent lovers of Donald Trump because you have not been, you haven't shared the love. It's a lot of pressure, though. And I would say any candidate that can't stand up to another candidate probably is not a good candidate. But you know what it's like, though, Sherry.
Oh, I mean, I don't care. I'm not a candidate, so it doesn't really matter for me. I think that what Carly Fiorina is doing is showing that she can go up against Donald Trump, but again, more importantly, that she can go up against Hillary Clinton, and that's what this primary is about.
Eric, I don't agree with Jessica in the sense that for some reason, if a woman was going to vote for Hillary, they would never vote for Carly. It seems to me if Carly can establish that she's got the right stuff, men, women, any age, any group, any ethnicity, would say, hey, she's a viable candidate. She can get my vote.
Yeah, I would think so. I wouldn't pigeonhole any voters into say, well, this demographic is going to do X, Y, or Z. You know, in 2007 at this time, Hillary was beating Barack Obama, so I wouldn't hang my hat on those polls either. I really think that Carly Fiorina is a compelling candidate who provides an alternative picture from what the media typically paints as Republicans and also provides an alternative from Hillary Clinton. I mean, even Mitt Romney was able to win married female voters in 2012, open up the gap with successful single women, single moms, younger female voters, and provide them an alternative from someone who's been on the scene for 20 years that they know and don't trust.
All right, guys, we got to leave it there. And everybody's anxious to jump in. We're done. It was a great segment. I really appreciate it. Believe it or not, we know the plot thickens.